training video, we'll work through Wren Homes, this site, and we'll teach you how to update things that are important to your site. The first thing you will do is log in. You'll go to your URL /wp-admin. You'll log in with the credentials you are provided. And here is the backside of your site. Here's the dashboard. There's, not a lot going on here. First thing, if you are troubleshooting your site, if something seems to be running a little bit off, go to Updates. And so, for example, if something was going on, you could come here, update your plugins, and if that doesn't help it, let us know, but usually that's all the site needs to kind of pick back up. So again, just on your updates, plugins, right here, and then update them. I'm not going to do that right now, but this video will work through all of these things that are important to your site. At the end of the day, you should be able to make changes to your site. So first up for you guys is the media library. Here's where all of your homes are. So you just go here, add new, drop them in. They will upload and they'll be on here, and then you can do stuff with them afterwards. Forms. Here's a couple of your forms. Your contact form. So what you can do, so this one is a drop down. You just drag that over and we put this here. Here are your two choices. So if you needed to make any changes to this, maybe change whatever words you wanted to, you make all the changes just hitting the drop down. You can drag a new one over. Maybe you want an address there. And then with the address you can go in, like, don't want that or that, so it makes it smaller. It's all up to you. I'm not going to save that. And everything you do, make sure you push update. Again, there are all sorts of fields if you needed to make a new form for any reason. And then just ensure you update that to make the changes you need to make. And here's your more about this property form. Just a quick little contact to let me know more. And all of these are required, so that the form won't be submitted without it. If you didn't really care about something, you just uncheck that or check it to make it required. And again, update everything. So next we'll go to your pages. Here's where all of your information is for all of your inside pages. So it's all of these here. On there you'll find, so here's the portfolio page. And this is what it looks like on the back side. We have a gallery here. I'll show you how to update those galleries, but that's where those are. And here's the two links to the bottom, or to the top and the bottom. And again, if you make any changes here, push update. All of these inside parts, like the text, it all acts like a normal word processor. So like Microsoft Word, you can make some form of text and you can bold it. If you needed to make a list item, like our houses are new, clean, and huge. So you can just make lists that way. Simple changes. Again, if you make any changes to any of your pages, just push update. Featured listings. Here's where you guys' listings are. So right now we just have this 203 Fraser's Ridge. These other ones are on here, and if you wanted to relist them, which I'm assuming maybe they sold or something, you can do a quick edit and then do publish instead of draft. So these are still, you still have the information. If anything happens, you need to relist them, and then push publish and update. To make a new listing, you just go here, enter the title you want, and then here is all of your information. So here's your full description, You can type out the map, you can enter the address here, and details go here if you wanted to put your price, year built, etc. and publish those. So here's again map, and this is or main info. This is the same thing, word processor. If you wanted to add a picture into there, so maybe this is the photo you want to use, you can make changes. If you had text over here, you could type. You can make it smaller, bigger, whatever you would like to see on there. Gonna move this to the trash. But again, just publish, or you can just save this as a draft if you're wanting to get something ready for a future listing. Save it as a draft and then do that quick edit, publish. Next up are your FooGallery. These are where we've added in like this is your new construction portfolio. So we just bring it in this way. Wait, it's all the way at the bottom. Add media, and then if you needed to drag any new pictures into there, you do it from this button. And that's about all. Here's the thumbnail. If you wanted to change that, you would remove this one and then add a new one. And then here's how you crop it. So you want, say for the top, you'd rather have this part or the lights, you just drag it to whichever section you're wanting. And again, update everything. Here's your gallery preview. So here's the order it'll be in. And here's the remodeled projects. So if you had any new items like that, again, just add media, bring them in, add, and then they'll pop up over here now. And same thing, here's a good, if you want to use a set featured image for this one, just pick one of I'm just going to pick this one for now. Set featured image, so now this will be the front page of your gallery. And here's your preview. And again, ensure you update everything. And here's your last gallery. Here's where your preferred partners are. So if you had someone else's logo you needed to throw on, add media, update. So what you would use this appearance tab for is mainly the widgets. So widgets are going to include for you all your logo and then your footer. So here you have this new interest one, so there's a form in there, a map, and an address. You will go here, so here's where your image is, the navigation menu, so I'll show you how to edit that if you need to do so. Footer 1, so here's just this is just where the text is. It's kind of small. Something that's important to remember, if you make any changes on your footer areas or your header areas, you have to save each of them individually. There's not a big save down here, so if you make any changes, make sure you save it there. Next up are the menus. Here is your main menu. And if you needed to add or wanted to move this around, maybe you wanted the contact up there, homes for sale there, however you want it to look, you just drag them around and that's where they sit. You save a menu. If you wanted to move anything else in, you come over here. These are the pages that are created already. Info, we'll just move this over, add to menu, and we want it to be on a sub-menu item of the About Us. So there's that, and just hit save. Here, so that's your menu. Next, the plugins. I mean, we already rolled through those, but this is just another place where all of your plugins will be. Users. So here's how you can add or change your passwords or anything. This is your admin. So here's who you are, and this is the login name, and then your passwords there. I'll show you how to change a password on a different one. But to change a password, if you don't want it to be the long crazy one, you'll enter the information. So yours is already entered. You'll click this show password, or I think that one says a new password, and here's what it generates automatically. It automatically gives you a strong password, but it's who you can never remember that. You'd have to copy and paste it every time. So maybe you changed it to Wren Holmes 12. And then you'll save it that way. You don't need to go to hide. You'll save it that way and then update your user, and that will be your new login information. And then just make sure you save it. General. This is just your site name, your tagline. Looks like we need to change the admin email, so you guys will need to go to this email address and confirm that you are the admin. That's about all you need to do on this settings tab. Slider revolution gets pretty challenging because just of the complexity of your site about these, and slider revolution is just a bit more challenging as a plugin in general than just normal adding media. So if you need to make any changes, any serious changes, you can ask us for more assistance. So we'll go to this home. So here's your main slider. And part of the reason that they're so complicated is so it resizes on every size of screen, so your phone shows something different, which is why only part of this will end up being seen. But if you wanted to add a new slide, add blank slide, sorry. Then you will go, so we just have these set as a background image, media library, and then just throw that on there. So here's your background, and you could add text in that way. But your text is currently here. So if you need to make any changes to the text, you go to the static global layers, and then you can make changes inside of these. This is a button, so it's going to take you to the current listings. And any changes you make inside of your slider evolution need to be made or saved here with the save slide. Google Maps is your next one. This is just at the bottom of your site, you have the map. So it says footer, map width, and if you wanted to, I don't know what changes you'd want to make, but if you moved perhaps, you could change that on manage your locations. Another thing you can do is change what marker you have. You could choose any of these just by going to choose icon. You can have this loaf of bread or this bowling pin. There are some construction ones on here somewhere. So if there's anything like that that you guys are interested in, you can just choose it, save map, and that's how you will do that. That pretty much covers it for your site. If you have any questions, just feel free to let us know.